So very good morning, guys. So today we're going to talk about the following topic in HR analytics. It is coming under the organization-wide alignment audit. So the topic we're going to talk today is staffing, attrition, and retention analytics. So let us get into in detail and understand what are the concepts behind it. Now this is the definition of attrition. So as you can clearly see, attrition is very simple. It's a process, natural process by which employees leave the workforce. Okay, the reasons could be resignations for personal reasons or retirement. And sometimes these employees are treated and the people are getting attrited, right? So people are not getting immediately replaced for various reasons, which is now we are not going to touch that at this point of time. Sometimes the replacements occur very fast. Sometimes it is going to be it is not getting replaced. Sometimes it is taking a lot of prolonged time. And employee attrition is also occurring when the size of the workforce diminishes due to unavoidable factors such as employee resignation. Okay, so when you know that the size of the workforce diminishes, then actually the workload on the existing employees become higher. So that is also one of the reasons, many reasons, but one of the reasons where also the attrition actually increase. And these are the various types of employee attrition. One is the retirement. Second is a voluntary attrition, the involuntary one, the internal attrition, and the demographic base. So I'll quickly see each one of them. And before that, a retirement, as you very clearly know that a person crosses the age of a certain age, say many times if it's age is 60, sometimes it is 65 for judges. So when they complete a particular upper cut of year, then the company asks them to, the employees go leave the organization due to retirement. The voluntary retirement is the organization is the employees leave themselves an organization due to various personal reasons or for a better or they might go to a different organization for various reasons. They might get a better role compared to this existing role, or they might get a hike, or they want to change the job role. So a lot of reasons they want to change the place of work. So there are multiple reasons which come under the voluntary. Now, involuntary is something where the employees are asked to leave. Now, for example, if the performance of the employee is not up to the mark, then what happens? There is a process for that, and employees are given a lot of retraining, and they are putting under a performance improvement program. But still, in spite of that, they don't improve. Then what happens? Then the company asks this employee to leave the organization. Now, internal attrition is nothing but an employee moving from one department to another department. So that is actually the internal attrition. So some people are getting redeployed to a different function within the same organization or a different location. For example, promotion is one example of an employee attrition, internal. And demographic basis, based on the various demographic factors like age, your location, your education. So there also attrition is also happening. So this is very, very little on that. And this is actually the formula for the attrition rate. Now, attrition rate is nothing but the number of attritions which happen in a particular period. It can be any period. It can be monthly, yearly, or quarterly, or half yearly. And divide by the average number of employees at any point of time into 100. So this is actually a percentage. So attrition rate is actually impacted by the hirings, because when you take the average number of employees, then the new employee which is coming in is also taken into head count. So that is why the attrition rate sometimes can actually be a misleading metric. So that is we'll see the next. What are the factors affecting employee attrition? One is the personal motivation of the person, because people, they are continuously wanting growth, development, and there a lot of needs are there which our organization should definitely not only should satisfy them very well. Otherwise, definitely people are going to move around to different organizations. So that is one. Second is a professional motivation. Now, in the professional motivation and personal motivation is personal, something related to the person, his family, is the environment. Now, professional is something which is related to the individual with respect to his career. Suppose a person feels that he's not growing in the organization, then that is also one of the reason motivation that he quits. Or a person feels that the work culture is not good enough, or the um, workplace politics is very high, then that is also a reason for personal motivation. And as I already told, workplace challenge is also very important. Today, the work-life balance is very important. The management, the friendliness, and the supportive colleagues. A lot of small factors contribute to this. The workplace challenge is one very important factor which also actually affects attrition. And poor employee to job fit. That is, this is also one of the critical area where the employer should understand that is the employee fit for that particular job? Is there a job fit? Now, end of the day, it should not be replacement exercise. There should be a good employee to job fit. Otherwise, what happens? End of the day, the thought of to leave the organization, the hiring, what I call is the intent to quit ITQ, always comes into the picture. And what are some of the benefits also there in with respect to attrition? The poor performing employees are, once they leave the company, they definitely, in terms of cost, your overhead cost, the labor cost, the employee cost gets reduced, and is also making way for new talent which is going to come in. So attrition also, what happens in even you mean by a one-dimensional workplaces, it is nothing but a skewed ratio. For example, if there are 100 employees and 80% or 90% are males, then you can say that there's no diversity. So this is also one of the area where you can actually enable diversity. Attrition actually verifies diversity. So not all the attritions are bad, and it also ensures that employees who aren't a good fit for the job or who shouldn't be hired in the first place, okay, they can be rooted out. And what happens when you create when a new force, when the new work people come inside, then the perspective changes. Because the old people, the perspectives at which they run the company are going to be similar, are not going to change much, but a new guy can bring in a lot of different perspectives which is very much needed for the organizations. And what happens when actually there is insufficient funds, or when a business is moving towards new direction and there's new skill required, that also then is attrition helps. So attrition is also not actually, a lot of benefits are also there. And these are some of the reasons where again people, low pay and no recognition is very self-explanatory point. Employees are demotivated, then the lack of career growth, and then retirement is one, poor working conditions, and also termination. So these are some of the additional reasons, this one. And this is also very important. You know very well know this is the Maslow need hierarchy need theory, where it starts at the bottom of the pyramid with physiological needs, moves into safety needs, and then moves to belongingness and love needs and esteem needs and the self actualization, which is what really, if an organization can give self actualization to the individual, then that individual is definitely going to stay very much higher. The probability of that individual living is going to be very less, because already the organization is serving its highest purpose, the self fulfillment needs. So this is what definitely we have to understand. The organization, the management, and the HR managers, as well as the all the managers, should understand this basic concept of Maslow's hierarchy theory and apply to that. And this is also some of the data with respect to attrition analytics. Now it is seen with respect to the data. Life sciences, there's a high percentage of employees where there's an attrition. In medical also there's high attrition. Highest attrition is among the travel and frequent travel groups. So where people tend to travel a lot, right? The attrition is there in that groups. And also where the people are on site, you have posted them in a different country. Okay, so that is also one of the reasons. And these are some of the reasons where we can see about the various fields, what are the attrition levels, and it's also linking with your function and your degree. And this is also one more report which shows that how actually the attrition percentage is working out. Say for example, in the month of June, you already have an opening balance of 23 and 12 employees joined and 3 employees are left. So you're going to see by 3 by 32, how many is a close? 3 by 32 into 100. So it works out almost 9.5%. So this is how your attrition basically is calculated. So again, best practices to reduce employee attrition is ensure the culture fit when hiring. See, this is very important. The individual can be definitely assessed whether the fit organization culture fits this person. So that is a very important assessment at the hiring stage should be done. And once an employee is in, you have to give him a lot of continuous development and learning opportunities. That is very, very important. That is also one of the reasons which people leave when there is no much of a learning opportunities provided. And regularly monitor the employee satisfaction is also very important. The employee satisfaction met. And offering a very competitive package is also very, very critical. And conduct thoroughly exit interviews. Exit interviews throw a lot of light on why the problems present in the organization, which is actually contributing to make them move out of the organization. So these are some of the things we should really watch out. And thank you very much for the session. And if any questions and doubts, you can ask. Thank you very much.